Hello, welcome to Two Blokes from Blighty. And before we get into the episode, we are going to hear from one of our friends at the Podpack Collective. He was shouted out last week. He's a Twitch streamer. It is Robotic Battle Toaster. Take it away, Toast.
Take it away.
Big up the Podpack.
Greetings! My name is Robotic Battle Toaster. I'm a variety game streamer on Twitch. There, I play a range of both multiplayer and single-player games. You can also find me on Twitter and in my Discord server, where you can vote what games I play. And, of course, join in on the fun and back-and-forth banter in a relaxed and safe environment. I hope to see you there.
I've fallen for this trick before. We're having bottomless brunch at Las Iguanas.
Sorry, bottomless brunch at 6:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Entitled Homeless Man in our running order. You've woken Payne up screaming in the hotel. You've gone and eaten a square omelette.
Yep.
And ignored Payne while you book a train for breakfast. Are you pleased with your holiday?
I was.
And then I'd shove the tambourine up his arse sideways. Ignore what I said. Let's rewind that. This will be in the post-stand at Amble.
Two blokes from Blighty, Tim and Joey join the night. Weekly chats and laughs so bright. French cuisine they cook just right. Sizzle, sizzle, pour and fry. In the kitchen they won't lie. Brothers chatting side by side. Podcast fun they never hide. Blokes from Blighty cooking dreams. French delights like your big themes. Tim and Joey podcast kings. Daring bites on tasty wings. Sizzle, sizzle, pour and fry. In the kitchen they won't lie. Brothers chatting side by side. Podcast fun they never hide. Blokes from Blighty cooking dreams. French delights like your big themes. Tim and Joey podcast kings. Daring bites on tasty wings.
Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. We take the butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up cool. You can see it on your screen. Put it in the microwave, make it real hot like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very healthy and tasty too. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. This is Tim from Two Blokes from Blighty, and I'm joined by Joey Fitz.
That was the best introduction we've ever done.
Yeah?
Congratulations, Tim.
Well, we got the whole song in.
Did we get the whole song?
That's the whole song.
Can you just remind me?
Yeah, Granny Cream's hot
Of the
butter
whole
ice-
song.
Yeah.
Go.
Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream. We take the hot butter, mix it with the ice cream, freeze it up cool. You can see it on your screen. Put it in a microwave, make it real hot like a soup or a dip. We call it heat and sip. Very tasty and healthy too. Granny Cream's hot butter ice cream.
Very tasty and healthy too is my favourite bit.
It's just butter and ice cream.
No, it's heat and sip.
So it's a product called heat and sip, but if you break down the core components, it's microwaved ice cream and butter.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum yum yum.
Tim,
Joey, how you
sorry,
doing?
I'm good, thank you. I should say that I'm Joe Fitzgerald and I'm joined by the promiscuous Tim Fitzgerald. How are you feeling?
I'm about town.
He's about town.
I'm about town. No, I was out last night. I have been feeling the ramifications of it today.
Good. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about your hangover and the message you sent me before. Yeah, in due course. But we do have a regular way of doing things on Two Blokes from Blighty, and the first thing we need to do is your pub quiz question of the week. Now, Tim, I would like you to do the jingle a cappella.
Pub quiz question of the week, and then I don't know if you need to layer this, but it's like not a jingle. That's a sound effect at best. Ba-da-ba,
Ga-
ba-ba-ba-da-ba. What we have there is a fucking jingle. That's another one bites the dust I've just done.
Well, I'll layer that and we can do that instead. Tim,
Great.
what is the pub quiz question of the week?
Pub quiz question of the week. How many goals did England score, excluding penalty shootouts, at the 2018 FIFA World Cup?
Oh, that is a good question. I wouldn't know off the top of my head, but my guess would be 14.
Okay.
That's wrong, isn't it?
No, I'm not saying either. I'm not saying either
No,
way.
no, it's not wrong.
It's not anything right now.
Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Oh, it's wrong. Damn.
Damn. All right, cool. But we'll find that out at the end of
Was it higher or lower?
I'm not telling you.
Just do it so they can't see, but I can.
I've fallen for this trick before. I'm not doing it.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll come back to that question at the end of the episode. Tim, what day is it that this releases?
What's the date?
Well, it'll be the 29th of May.
29th.
Yeah.
If I go back and start counting the days of the week since the start of the year, I think that's a Wednesday.
I guess I'll play the Wednesday jingle.
I'm not doing a cappella for that one. Wednesday. I can't. My throat's ruined today.
I'll layer it. It's fine. So that was Tim doing an a cappella version of our Wednesday jingle.
I'm hating this bit. It's not good. It's not carrying on past this episode.
No, but it will carry on for the episode. Tim, I've got 4 days for you.
Mm-hmm. All of them Wednesday.
All of them Wednesday. Not all of them that good. Number 1 is National Flip Flop Day.
Okay.
So, wear your flip flops.
What do you call a Frenchman wearing flip flops?
Flip flap.
Felipe Flop Day.
Felipe is a Spanish name.
That one.
I hope that's not in your joke of the week.
It's not, but I wish it was now because you got a laugh out of you.
It did. National Senior Health and Fitness Day.
Yeah, okay.
National Paperclip Day.
It's very boring.
National Coq au vin Day.
I don't know what that is.
Chicken cooked in wine.
Oh,
Told you, not all of them good. And when I say not all of them, I mean none of them.
So here's what I want the audience to do. We're going to go with Paperclip Day. And do you remember that story a few years ago about that guy who kept trading things up with a paperclip?
Yeah, none of the audience are going to do that. We don't ask them to do stuff. They don't do stuff when we ask them to do reasonable stuff.
Well, we got haikus.
We did get haikus.
We did get haikus. I bought Pain Flowers on Buy Flowers Day.
I thought about buying Jenny flowers, and then I thought this is a bit of a faff, isn't it?
I mean, it was on the way home for me.
It was for me too.
But yeah, I would like people to try the paperclip trading thing. Doesn't have to be today. Do it this week. By the time the next episode comes out.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good.
That could be
Tim,
fun.
I want to talk about your night out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember much. I'll be honest.
Okay, walk me through it, because you text me telling me that you were drunk at 8:15.
Yeah.
So let's rewind to when drink number 1 touches your lips. What time are we on?
6:30.
Okay.
We're having bottomless brunch at Las Iguanas.
Sorry, bottomless brunch at 6:30 p.m.
Yeah, I didn't arrange it.
That's not brunch. That's dinner.
That's dinner, but with just a shit ton of cocktails.
Okay.
Hang on. I got photos of the cocktails, or at least the cocktail menu on my phone. Let me see if I can find which ones we had, because they were all lovely. It's just we did a lot of mixing.
Okay.
Cocktails that were had. We ordered 10 cocktails at a time, because they advised us that it's probably worth ordering
10 at a time.
Or 10 at a time.
If I was the one on the till, I would advise you to order 10 at a time as well.
Well, of course, yeah, but like there was 10 of us at the table, so it was and basically to be like, hey, so everyone gets drinks at a reasonable rate.
Yeah.
Joey's just turned his webcam up, and he looks a bit like the neighbor from Home Improvement, just
I
peering.
tried to adjust it, but it just fell. So,
So, um, so everyone got drinks at a reasonable rate. We all ordered the same drink at the same time.
I'll drink.
So there was a whole bunch of stuff. We had Pornstar Tequila Punches, which is tequila, passion fruit, pineapple, and vanilla. There was a bunch of drinks that had Nephew's Overproof rum in it, and Nephew's is like a monster. I love rum, but Nephew's is a bit of a monster.
Okay.
We had Woo Woos at one point, and I quite like a Woo Woo. Pornstar daiquiris, a coconut sour bomb, and in between all of these, we were also getting given bottles of prosecco.
Okay. What was the occasion?
Just team night out, work.
Disgusting.
It's fun.
Oh, I get on with my team. Oh.
Ugh.
I get on
So-
with my team as well. They're just spread all across the country, so we can't do things like that, Tim.
Yeah.
I've just been
tell a lie.
bitter.
Before that, because I finished work like 2 hours before the actual thing started, went to the park and had some tinnies. It was great.
By yourself?
No, with some other people who had also
Okay.
finished early.
So you went and drank in a park
Yep, and then went
before a bottomless brunch at 6:30 in the evening.
out for more drinks.
Okay, what time were you out till?
Probably like 11, I think.
Okay.
I mean, again, I don't. I can remember kind of being on the train home. I can remember leaving the pub, and I can remember arriving at my local train station. I can remember having food when I got home, and everything else is a blur.
What did you have when you got home?
We ordered McDonald's because I wanted food.
Okay. At 8:15, you sent me 3 individual messages.
Not unprompted. You had messaged me beforehand.
Well, I messaged you 25 minutes before saying, "Are you about tonight?" And you said, "I'm." That was message number 1. "I'm pissed." That was message number 2. Message number 3 was my favorite. It just said, "Weh."
I don't know how to type that.
WEUGH, weh. I do enjoy a drunk text from you, Tim.
Oh no, I don't. I like a drink. I don't like getting drunk. However, what I have found is
You
that
like a drink? What?
I know, weird. What I have found is that my drunk texts are that I'm very supportive and involved in the drunk texts.
Really? What kind of a drunk would you say you are?
Supportive, apparently. From what I'm told, I'm very cheery and like bigging people up.
And do different drinks affect you differently?
No, we've talked about this on a previous episode because you said that
Have we?
that gin makes you cry.
Oh yeah,
There was
gin
a
does
time a
make me
car
cry.
made you cry because it was going too fast.
No, car didn't make me cry. The car went really fast past, and I threw a bottle of gin at it.
Yeah.
I can understand why you got mixed up, but to this day, I maintain that I didn't throw the car at the gin. Throw the car at the gin. Throw the gin at the car. I just threw it in the direction because it had pissed me off.
Yeah.
But it did make me cry later. Not that specific event, the gin. Okay, good. And you feel rough today?
I felt rough all morning, and I know we're in the evening now, but my throat is very rattly still.
Okay, cool. Good to
Good.
know. Good to know. Tim, you've also put entitled homeless man in our running order.
Yeah, we didn't have much to add to the running order, but this is something
I've added something quite chunky whilst we've been speaking, so you might live to regret having such an empty running order because that is gonna test your limits, Tim.
All right. So the entitled homeless man was, I went out to Tesco. When was this? It was towards the start of the week. So I think Wednesday.
Oh wait, do you want me to play the jingle again?
Sure.
Okay, I'll play the jingle. Here you go.
Wednesday. Brilliant. Moving on. So I went to Tesco and to go and just get like a drink. And as I was leaving, this homeless guy was like, "Oh, do you have any cash? Can I have some money for some food?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have any. I pay on card." And he was just like, "Okay." And he kept on looking at me as I was kind of like passing and just like proper staring at me. But then he turned his attention to someone else when they walked into Tesco, and I heard him go, "Can I have some money, or can you buy me some? Can I have some money to go and get some food?" And they were like, "No, no, we've only got card. Like, we don't have any cash." And he was like, and all I heard him say was, "Well, you could buy me something." But like it was in a really standoffish tone, like, "Well, you could buy me something."
I agree, Tim. You could have bought him something.
It wasn't me I was talking to at that point.
No, but you could have bought him something.
Yeah, I have bought homeless people food before, being like, "I don't have any cash, but I'll get you a sandwich if you want."
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
good. It's
Well,
good that you told everyone on the podcast how nice a person you are.
I'm a nice guy.
Do you want a medal?
No, what I want though is I want it at the top of my LinkedIn profile. You know,
Yeah.
GDPR officer, web developer. I'm a nice guy.
Is that your job, web GDPR officer?
That's my official role at work.
Why don't I know that?
I say it's my official role. It's basically the main thing I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do good parura.
I'm a good
He does the good parura. Do they have GDPR in America? I know that the laws are strict here because of the EU.
Yeah. I don't
which
know
we're
if they
not
have-
even part of. Brexit means Brexit. Stop
Brexit means
GDPR.
breakfast.
Brexit means breakfast.
Yeah. You've seen that video, haven't you? Those
I have.
newscasters. Yeah,
No, there's
screwing
one
up.
of an MP saying it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
But I don't know that GDPR is a thing in the States. It might be under like a different name or acronym. But for those who don't know, GDPR stands for Guaranteed Data Protection Regulations, and it's basically customer data on companies' systems, how it's handled, how it's deleted, how it's processed. It's very boring, but you get some of the juicy stuff sometimes.
Some juicy thing.
So, like, while not strictly speaking GDPR, I do a lot of work with the police in my work.
Mhm.
Mostly calling them.
Yeah.
No, it's
After
a
entitled
lot.
homeless men try and mug you.
Yeah, they just want a Lucasade.
Good.
So, but like well, I've assisted on things like terrorist investigations, murder investigations, assault, robberies. It's interesting.
All because of your GDPR.
Yeah, all because of my GDPR.
Good.
My good ripper.
You're good, Ripper. Good,
Yeah.
good. Glad to hear it, Tim. That's always nice. Murders and terrorism. Love
Yeah.
it.
Love that.
Love that for you.
Yeah. Awful
Tim,
for them though.
would you like to go to this thing I've added, or do you want to go to movies?
Let's get to this thing you've added. I can see you're kind of next to it on our running order, and I don't entirely know what it means.
Yeah. So we're going to play a game, Tim.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I have shamelessly stole this from a podcast I listened to. It's one of the biggest podcasts in the UK, so I'm not going to bother crediting it because they're never going to hear this. Tim's Dream Holiday. So Tim, you've got a 5-day holiday.
Brilliant.
Yeah. All expenses paid.
Mm-hmm.
Each day has to be something different. Now, with the all expenses paid, I can click my fingers and send you anywhere in the world. So each day you can be one day in England, one day in Australia, then Alaska, then I don't know where else. Those are the only 3 places in the world that I know. But with the click of the finger, thumb, fingers, click of the fingers, you'll be transported there at the start of the day. You can only transport once per day.
Okay.
Okay. I want to know where you are, one person that you're with, what you're eating, what you're doing. 5 days worth of this.
5 days.
We can do 3 if you want.
I think 3 might be easier.
Okay, let's do a long weekend.
All right. Well, number one's obviously Japan.
So wait, sorry, hold on. 3-day weekend. Is this Friday? Is this Friday or a Monday long weekend?
I'd probably say like Monday long weekend.
So this is Saturday. Is your first day of your long weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, so I click my fingers and Tim's in Japan. What part of Japan?
I'm feeling something like I want to see Tokyo. I want to see Kobe. I want to see Kyoto.
Okay.
Okinawa would be cool. But probably just Tokyo because it's it's got all the bells and whistles.
Okay, so it's just Tokyo.
Just Tokyo for this one.
Okay, cool. Who are you with?
Pain. A, she's my partner. B, she also speaks Japanese, so if I get lost, she can help.
Okay, that's fair. So you and Payne in Japan, in Tokyo, very lovely. You're waking up. You're waking up in Japan.
Sure.
Where are you staying?
Well, obviously the dinosaur hotel that I showed you in a previous Two Blokes from Blighty episode.
So you wake up, you open your eyes. Payne is still asleep next to you, and there's a velociraptor stood over your bed head, which is very relaxing to wake up to.
Absolutely.
What do you do? First thing you do when you wake up?
Well, scream if there's a real velociraptor.
So your dream holiday starts. No, it's not a real one. It's just a fake.
It's a robot one, yeah.
Your dream holiday starts with you screaming Payne awake. Yep, good. Okay, got that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay, cool. It's the morning. What are you doing?
I'd want to go and see some of the sites that you typically see in the day in Tokyo, like the Tokyo Tower, maybe some of the parks, because like the cherry blossoms.
Okay. So you've screamed Payne awake, and then you've gone to the park. Great.
Yeah.
Do you want to get
What
breakfast?
I'm learning
at
is that
all?
I'm part Chihuahua.
Do you want to get breakfast at all?
Oh, okay. I didn't realize how minute of a detail we were going into.
Yeah. So we're doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You've got an
Oh,
activity between breakfast and lunch, and then you got one between lunch and dinner.
between breakfast and lunch, I know I'd want to go to Akihabara.
Well, we've
Um,
not got that yet, so we're going to breakfast first. What are you
All
doing
right.
for
Well, I've
breakfast?
just bought my train tickets on the train line.
What?
Yeah, that's part of my morning is I'm buying the train tickets.
Okay, so Akihara.
Akihabara.
Where's Akihabara?
It is a district of Tokyo. It's like known as like technology district.
Okay, cool. Right, so you've done this at breakfast.
Yep.
So what? But we haven't said what is breakfast.
I'd probably have one of those tamagoyaki omelets. I've always wanted to try one.
Okay.
Basically, just a big square omelet.
So okay, so your dream day. I'm just going to break this down. Nice minute detail.
Mm-hmm.
You've woken up in Japan, screamed Payne awake. You've gone to another continent and had an omelette for breakfast. And instead of paying attention to Payne, you've booked a journey that takes an hour and 3 minutes and eaten a square
An hour
omelette.
and 3 minutes from the Henna Hotel to Akihabara.
Yep.
No way.
I've just looked it up. I've got it
Henna
here.
Hotel to Akihabara.
Tim. Look at the camera.
Wow.
An hour and 3 minutes on public transport.
Henna Hotel Tokyo, Asakusabashi is a 2-minute walk to oh wait, hang on. 45 minutes,
You're
according to
looking at
this.
the wrong one, Tim.
There is more than one Henna Hotel.
Well, I've chosen the one because you weren't specific enough.
Fine.
So it's an hour and 3 minutes.
All right, great. So I'm on the train for an hour.
Yeah. And you've ignored Payne all of breakfast because you've been booking the tickets.
That's not going to take all of breakfast.
It is because train line in Japan is complicated.
Right, okay.
But so you've eaten a square omelette. You've had an omelette.
An omelette.
And then you've gone, okay, Payne, time to go. You haven't had anything, but that's okay. Let's go and get on the train for an hour.
She's eating as well.
Well, don't assume. This is dream holiday, Tim. I'm clicking my fingers. It's all happening. You need to be very specific. So you're in Akihabara.
Monkey's paw of a holiday.
Yeah, exactly. You're in Akihabara.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Let's go look at the shop, see what's there.
Oh, okay. Where are you fitting in your trip to the park?
I'm assuming on the way to the station if there's an hour and a half journey.
You didn't say that. This isn't an hour and a half journey. This is just an hour and a half on the train.
Oh, okay. Well, I've still got to get to the train station, though.
The train station is a 2-minute walk from the hotel.
We'll take a detour around the park.
Do you need me to recap again? You've screamed Payne awake. You've screamed Payne awake. You've eaten an omelette, not given Payne any food. You've taken a detour on a 2-minute walk to go to the park, taken an hour-long train, and now you've gone shopping. Okay,
What
cool.
a day.
It's lunchtime. What are you doing for lunch?
Joe, it'd be funny to do one of those maid cafe things.
What's that?
Literally, it's exactly what it sounds like on the tin. They hire staff to dress up like maids and serve you.
So you dress up as a maid and go to the
No,
cafe.
the staff are dressed up as maids.
What's the point in this? Is it kink thing?
It probably is. We've been to the
Okay.
one in Manchester.
Right. I remember you telling me.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you have at this kink cafe?
Probably a sandwich.
What kind of sandwich?
Do you know what? In Japan, they have these. Oh, what are they? It's strawberry and something sandwiches. Strawberry. Oh my god, I can't spell the word strawberry. I've written starberry.
Okay, so Starberry sandwich.
It's a starberry sandwich. Strawberry. Hang on. Is it and cream? And cream sandwich. Oh my god, I cannot type today. Sandwich. Yeah, these things. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you got a Starberry and cream sandwich.
A Starberry
Starberries
and
don't
cream.
exist, so you have a cream sandwich. What then? What do you do?
So are we considering the lunch portion over now then?
Yeah, you've had your cream sandwich
Okay.
in your kink cafe.
Right, I'm gonna get back on the hour-and-a-half train and go to Shibuya.
Okay, hold on. Let's see how long Shibuya takes. How'd you spell Shibuya?
SHIBU.
Oh no, I got it. Don't worry, I got it. Okay. So actually, Shibuya is a 48-minute journey.
That's not bad.
When did you book these tickets?
Well, at the maid cafe.
Okay, so you've eaten your cream sandwich and ignored Payne while you bought tickets. Payne still hasn't eaten, by the way, and you've got on another hour-long journey while you went to a cafe to satisfy your kinks and book train tickets. So
Hey,
now you're in Shibuya.
Yeah.
What's your activity there?
I'm gonna go look at the crossing, the big famous Shibuya crossing.
So you're gonna go and look at an intersection.
There's that.
Okay, no, that's your activity. So what are you doing for dinner?
I want to go to like an authentic ramen shop.
Okay, cool. Super noodles, right?
Not super noodles.
Okay, so
I'm talking
you're
like
in
proper
your-
miso broth, the works.
you're in a soup shop, super noodles and soup shop. Where's Payne in all this?
With me, she's
Okay.
also having ramen.
Oh, so she can eat now.
She didn't need my permission before.
Now that it's dinner time, she can eat, which is great. So you're having
So
this
glad
dinner.
it's not for a 5-day holiday.
What's happening in the evening?
If there's
Don't
fireworks
forget
on,
you need to factor in your hour-and-a-half train back to the hotel.
is Shibuya further away from my hotel or is it closer?
Yeah, it's further away.
Okay, well,
It's half an hour added onto the journey.
okay. So we'll go and look for fireworks. See if there's a fireworks show on.
Where?
I don't know. They're all over the place.
In the middle of a city?
Surprisingly, yes. Tokyo fireworks show.
Okay, where's the one on tonight?
Okay. Well, the closest one I've found is at the end of July.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine.
So,
what part of the city is it in?
Sumida River.
Sumida River. How'd you spell that?
Sumida. In
Okay.
Taito City, Tokyo, Japan.
Okay, cool. Oh, see, actually, that's really close to your hotel.
Oh, great. Okay, that's
So
worked out wonderfully.
you've cut down your journey by half an hour. So you've actually now only spent 4 hours of your dream holiday on a train on day one. So you go and you see this fireworks show. Do you go for a drink?
Yeah.
Okay. What time do you get back to the hotel?
Depends on when the fireworks show ends.
It's your dream holiday. You tell me.
I mean, I'm looking at this one here, and it starts at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to say it's probably going to be on for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
So 8:30, you're back at the hotel.
No, I'd probably go out. We're going for drinks as well.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you've gone for drinks. What time are you back at the hotel? What time? What time do you stumble in?
10:30, 11 o'clock.
10:30, 11 o'clock. Well, you text me last night after an hour and a half saying you're pissed. So after 3 hours of drinking, you're going to be obliterated.
Especially
So
with sake.
you're back at the hotel, and that's the end of day one. So let's recap day one. You've woken Payne up screaming in the hotel. You've gone and eaten a square omelette.
Yep.
And
Hamburger-yaki.
ignored Payne while you book a train for breakfast. You then took a train. You went to go to the train station, which was a 2-minute walk, but you took a detour through a park.
Yep.
You then took an hour and a bit on the train to go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And you ate. You had a cream sandwich at your Kink Cafe. And Payne once again didn't eat. And then you've gone to Shibuya, which is great. Good for you.
Yep.
To look at an intersection. And now you've gone to a ramen shop where you've had noodles and soup. Only to get a train back for an hour and a half back to the hotel to watch some fireworks, get absolutely wasted, and then go back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a good day.
Yeah, sounds like a good day. So I'll click my fingers. Day 2. Where are we? I'm going to add a rule. I don't want you to be in Japan anymore.
No, that's fine.
Different country each time, different person each time.
That's kind of what I figured. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Vietnam.
Okay, Vietnam. Which
Yep.
part of Vietnam?
Yes, I actually don't know any parts of Vietnam.
This is shit if you don't know any parts of Vietnam.
Vietnam capital. Vietnam capital. We're going to Hanoi.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Hanoi. Where are you staying?
Do you want me to pick the hotel?
Just tell me what it's like.
It's very like modern city.
Okay. So, I mean, you can get an easy hotel in a modern city. So you've woken up in an easy hotel, no windows.
What's an easy hotel?
You know the place we stayed in Luton?
Oh, one of them. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
fine.
no windows and
Dream holiday this, yep.
Prostitutes in the rooms adjacent to you. You've woken up in your easy hotel. Who are you with?
You.
Me? Okay,
yeah, I'm thinking
cool.
you know Vietnam.
We're going to Vietnam. Is this because you know that I'm going to make you have a shit time, so you're going to take it out on me?
Misery loves company.
Okay, cool. So, me and you, we're in Vietnam. That sounds great. What are we doing for breakfast?
I'm going to look up Vietnamese foods.
Tim, why did you choose Vietnam if you don't know anything about Vietnam?
I've seen some of the views of the rural stuff. It looks nice.
Sorry, the rural stuff that looks nice, so you've chosen us to stay in Hanoi.
Yeah.
In an easy hotel in Hanoi.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hang on. We're going to have this dish called chaka.
What is chaka?
Chaka is fried morsels of fish.
Okay, you know I hate fish, don't you?
I actually didn't know that.
Okay, cool. That's fine. So, we wake up in an easy hotel, no windows, prostitutes adjacent either room, in the middle of Hanoi. We then go and have fried fish for breakfast, which I detest.
Also has garlic, ginger, turmeric, and dill.
That is a heavy breakfast. No one's going to sit next to us on your incredible train journey based holidays. So Tim, we've had chaka, very pungent fried fish. What are we doing? What's the first activity? Is this another thing that you didn't know what happens in Vietnam? So you just
I
okay,
just frantically Googled. We're going to go to the Hanoi Old Quarter.
Okay. And what are we doing there?
Have a look around.
Okay, so we're going to do non-specific things in a part of a city that we could do anywhere.
Yeah, but like it's different
How do you know?
because I'm looking at pictures of it.
Okay, well, I can send you pictures of Birmingham city centre and places that you think might look different. So you've taken me to the Digbeth of Vietnam,
You sure, yeah.
right? Okay, what are we doing for lunch?
We are gonna have. Let me pull up more Vietnamese. So we're gonna have gan Nguyen.
Okay, what's Gan Wong?
Gan Nguyen is have a look. Honey marinated chicken grilled over a large fire. It's the have a look. Yeah, it's basically just grilled chicken.
Okay, so we're going to have some grilled chicken for lunch. Cool. Is there anywhere specific that you want to do this, or just?
No. Just where we can get it.
Okay, so we're having grilled chicken in the street.
Yeah.
In Hanoi.
That's what we should have got in Japan with some bloody yakitori.
Instead, you chose to go for a cream sandwich.
Yeah.
So what are we doing now?
We are going to we're gonna go to the One Pillar Pagoda.
Okay, cool. That sounds good.
It's like
What
a
are we doing
historic
there?
Buddhist temple.
Okay, what are we doing there?
Just have a look around. No, it's no, it would just be jokes aside, it would be interesting to just go and have a look at it. I imagine like some of the architecture there is really interesting.
Okay, cool. How are we getting there?
Probably train. I don't know. No, it'd probably be a bus.
When did we book the bus?
You don't book a bus, you just turn up.
In Vietnam, you book the bus.
I don't think that's true.
You do. I watched it today on a race around the world.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
You can Google it if you want, but you need to book the bus.
Vietnam, do you book the bus? You can book a bus ticket at almost every travel
Okay, so
agent.
you can book it. Yeah, okay, cool. So when did we book the bus?
When we were having the Gan Wang,
So you ignored me throughout our
I'm
street
capable of
art.
talking and doing an action.
So you ignored me while we ate our chicken off the street, so that we could book a bus for a 32-minute bus journey or a 32-minute walk.
How does the bus take the same length as time?
Don't know, just does. Google Maps says it does.
All right,
There you go. I've got my evidence there for you, Tim.
there it is.
32 minutes. So we could have walked it. Could have walked off
walked
that
it.
chicken, but instead we'll sit in a sweaty bus instead. Okay, so we've looked at this pillar.
Yep.
That was all about 4 seconds, but a good afternoon well spent. What are we doing for dinner?
Going to separate hotel rooms at this point.
What, back at the Easy Hotel?
Sure. No.
Okay.
But so was that for dinner? You're asking?
Yeah.
We're gonna get some proper pho.
Ah, okay. What the
I
fur do you want?
love pho.
What the fur do you want? For God's sake.
Yeah. Just pho is one of those foods where if it's good, it just like hits you in the fucking soul. It's so good.
Yeah, I can't complain about that. Good. And then what do we do after dinner?
For an evening activity, we're gonna go to we're gonna find a fireworks show that's not on. No, we're gonna go to. Do you know what you joked about it being a train-centric holiday, but there is one thing here that's
Okay, cool.
that's interesting. I want to go see the Hanoi train street.
What's that?
It's literally a street that just has a train that goes straight down the middle of it, but it's like residential and commercial. It looks really interesting.
How are we getting there?
Well, train, of course. No. We'll walk this one.
Oh, okay, because the bus is exactly the same length of time, so that's a good idea. That's lovely, Tim. That was really nice. It was good to spend that day on a sweaty bus, eating pho, having chicken that we found on the street.
We didn't find the chicken on the street. Where'd you get that?
Eating some manky fish and looking at a pillar.
The fish looks great. Boiling down the pillar, like to the wrong point.
In an Easy Hotel laden with prostitutes. That
You
was
picked that, not me.
good. No, you. This is your dream holiday tip. So click the fingers. Click the fingers. Day 3, Sunday, your final day. Maybe choose
I'm
somewhere
staying
that you
home.
know
I'm
something
sat
about.
in bed all day.
No, what are you doing?
Staying in bed all day.
Okay, cool. So your dream holiday. Let's walk through. This is Tim's ideal 3-day weekend. He wakes Payne up screaming in Japan. He goes for an omelette, doesn't let Payne eat, and ignores her while he books a train ticket.
Again, I'm capable of like.
You've had your say. You go from your hotel to the train station, which is a 2-minute journey, but you take a detour. Actually, I never checked how long the detour would be. Let's just assume it's 4 hours. You take a 4-hour detour to the cherry blossoms, so you go to the park, and then you go to the technology center. So you take an hour bus journey, an hour train journey, very important, to go and spend the afternoon in a Curry's. You then go to a kink cafe for your wildest desires and eat a cream sandwich. Once again, what Payne isn't eating, so that you can book another train to Shibuya, where you go and look at an intersection. You then take an hour and a half journey back to your hotel, look at a firework, go for super noodles, go back to bed at 11 o'clock, shit-faced out your mind.
Sounds like a plan, to be honest.
The next day, me and you are in Hanoi. We go and eat some manky fish for breakfast after staying in a hotel laden with prostitutes with no windows. Then we take a half-hour sweaty bus journey that you've ignored me all the way through breakfast for, after our trip around the old quarter, to look at a pillar for 4 seconds, and then we go and look at a train. After that, I can't remember what you said. Oh, then we have some lovely pho, and then we go back to our prostitute-laden hotel. You then cap off your weekend by staying in bed for a full 24 hours.
Yeah, I need it.
Okay, good. Are you pleased with your holiday?
I was. I mean, I am, because I think you know that I'm more revel in like the weird side of things, and I feel like that'd be a very weird holiday.
Yeah, it would be.
I'd probably get down with that.
Okay, it doesn't sound like anyone that goes with you would, though.
I mean, Payne might.
Okay, cool.
I know you'd have an awful time in Vietnam. I'd probably have a great time.
I think if I was actually there, I'd have a good time. But your dream holiday, what you described, sounds horrendous.
Yeah. All right, good. Maybe we'll do your dream holiday at some point soon.
Yeah, we'll do mine next week. We'll do my dream long weekend.
All right,
and
cool.
you can play this game and rip the shit out of me for my stupid decisions. Tim.
Yeah.
We're going to talk movies.
Yeah, let's talk movies.
Movies.
All right. We watched Brian and Charles.
We did.
It was your pick. I'm just going to quickly pull up the IMDb page now. It's about a movie. It's about a movie.
It's about a movie.
It's a movie about a guy who, I guess, in a bit of a depression, ends up inventing things.
Mm-hmm.
Just whatever comes to mind, he invents. This guy Brian, who lives in the Welsh valleys, ends up inventing just whatever comes to mind. He just wants to come up with something. Like there was points where he had like nets on the back of his shoes so he could like catch like trinkets that people had dropped.
It's all fairly useless shit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's trash held together with tape.
Literally, yes.
A lot of the time, yes. But there's during a walk, he finds this mannequin head that's been thrown away. And he gets the idea to invent this robot. And we should say the whole time as well, this whole thing is being presented almost like a documentary being made in the moment. Like he'll regularly talk to the film crew. And the film crew will interact with, the audience and the environments they're in. And so he ends up inventing this robot, and the robot won't turn on until one night his house is struck by lightning.
Yeah,
and this robot is
style.
Yeah, it's definitely a Frankenstein homage.
Yeah.
And this robot, Charles Petrescu,
Yeah.
um, is now alive and sentient. And what we end up watching is this robot almost go from like being mentally a child, and then ends up going through like the teenage phase, and then growing into an adult,
Yeah.
as the events of the film go on. So we start out with the robot asking, "Oh, how far does the outside go?"
Hmm.
Um,
And he
referring
just
to
wants to dance and stand on the stool and
yeah, I
those
don't know. He
kind of
wants
things.
to go outside and look at like sticks and rocks and stuff,
Yeah.
and he's just curious. There is this guy in the village, Eddie, um,
Big bastard Eddie.
big bastard Eddie, and he and his family are just kind of the worst. Like they just regularly ruin their lives on the days of the villagers in the local village.
Yeah.
Um, so Brian and Charles one night sat down watching TV and eating their dinner. Um, and there's a show on about Honolulu, the country, for those who don't know. Um, and Brian gets absolutely fascinated with going to Honolulu, but
Hmm.
sorry, Charles gets absolutely fascinated with going to Honolulu, and Brian's like, no, no, we can't do that. We've got things to do here. We know people here.
Just to rewind, Honolulu's a city.
City, I thought it was a country.
It's in Hawaii.
Oh, it's the capital of Hawaii, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So um, they end up having a bit of a falling out, which kind of pushes Charles into like this teenage rebellion stage where this once, uh, in this case, quite literally a bright-eyed figure,
Yeah.
um, is now like stroppy and saying whatever, and basically telling Brian to fuck off at every avenue.
Yeah.
Um, and Eddie, the big bastard from before, ends up stealing Charles,
Yeah.
and his family end up like abusing him, throwing him through rocks, and then they're just like, "Oh, we're just gonna put him on a bonfire at the end of the week. We're just gonna burn him." Um, so Brian ends up risking his life to go and get Charles. There's a big, I say a big. There's a showdown.
Yeah. And there's a chase sequence where Charles is shooting a gun that fires cabbages.
Yes, and Charles is obsessed with cabbages.
Yeah.
Just loves cabbages. Um, and um, after the showdown, Eddie and his family leave the villagers alone. I'm assuming they moved or died or something. Um,
Yeah.
and um, Brian ends up getting Charles a ticket round the world, um,
Yeah.
to go traveling and to go and see the world, but he doesn't go with him. He says to Charles that this is his adventure. He needs to go and experience life for himself. And then
Hmm.
Charles gets on a train. We don't know if he's ever seen again. Um,
Well, I'll spoil it for you. He is seen again.
hmm,
This is it, there's an interview at a convention where the director and the actors are being Q&A'd, and Charles is one of the people who's being Q&A'd. And he talks about his time in Honolulu and how he loved seeing the parrots, and there were so many parrots, and it's like a half-hour Q&A session, and it's all on YouTube, and it's brilliant. You should
hmm.
watch it. If you enjoyed the film, you should watch it. Sorry.
But it was a really refreshing movie to watch, I think. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't too heavy. It wasn't it wasn't like yeah, it had dark moments. The film needs to have some tension in it.
Hmm.
Um, but it was just I don't know, really charming the whole
Did you,
way through.
did you enjoy it?
I loved it. I On my IMDb I gave it like an 8 out of 10.
Nice. I loved it too, but I would describe it as heartwarming and heartbreaking.
Yeah.
The scene where Eddie has Charles chained up, and Charles is saying, "I just want to come home," and
Yeah.
Brian's going, "Yes, I know you do. I will do it, but I can't do it now. I will do it, but I can't do it now." And Charles is just saying, "I want to come home. I want to come home. I'm sorry about what I said. I want to come home."
Mm,
Oh my God, my heart broke.
mm. And
And
like
it's hard to do that for a character whose torso is literally a washing machine.
yeah, washing machine. I'm looking at a picture of him now. It's a washing machine, a mannequin, some sort of big bright eye,
Yeah.
um, and some rubber gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Brilliant film.
but
Really enjoyed
it's absolutely brilliant. Like I say, it's delightfully charming, and I'm really really glad I watched it.
Good. Me too.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot in there. I think, like you said, it's actually more of a creative way of telling the story of a parent who is learning to let their child go out into the world.
Hmm.
Um,
Like Brian's quite a naturally nervous and reserved guy.
yeah. Well, I think Brian has obviously had some trouble with people not understanding who he is, and he's very protective of Charles until the point where he says, "I've got you this ticket to Honolulu. You should go and see the world for yourself."
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like
what a
there's a point
film!
where he realizes he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm really glad it got recommended to me by someone I work with, who has exceptional taste in films, and I'm really glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Tim,
Yep.
what are we watching next week?
Really glad you enjoyed this movie because I'm sure you're going to hate this next one.
Ooh,
We're going with the live action Cat.
oh, I hate you so much, Tim.
For a long time, so I went to go and see it in cinemas because it was funny.
I hate you so
And
much.
then COVID lockdown happened. So for about 2 years, that was the last film I'd seen in cinemas.
Isn't James Corden in it as well?
Yes, he is.
I hate you so much.
So I'm just adding Brian and Charles to my letterbox.
Well, there you go.
There we go.
After doing you a nice one, Brian and Charles, we're watching Cats.
Yeah.
Cool.
Joey, talk to me about Tambourine Man.
Okay. Tambourine Man is it's not a long story, but it was something I was particularly shocked with on a journey that I was on. So on a Wednesday, I will pick my son up from mine and Tim's mother's. Not collective, like that is one person.
One person.
From her house, because Jack spends every Wednesday with his nana. So I picked him up, and it's it's about an hour drive back to our house, so it's not terrible, but there is quite a lot of traffic. But part of the route we go is 60 miles an hour, so you should, in theory, be moving, chugging on, going. It's 60 mile an hour, but it's single lane road. So I'm driving, and this car is in front of me doing 25 miles an hour. It's the front of the queue. There's no cars in front of it. And there's a queue of traffic behind me that's just going and going till you can't see it anymore.
Hmm.
There's a point then where the road splits into two. And I think, perfect. I'm going to get in front of this guy, not have to worry about him. I pull up alongside him at the traffic lights. And the guy is sat with his chin on the steering wheel while he's been driving at 25 miles an hour.
Hmm.
Without looking at me. I'm looking at him. I can see him. Without looking at me, he takes his head off the steering wheel, reaches under his seat, and pulls out a tambourine,
Okay.
which he starts playing while listening to the radio.
What a guy.
This is in rush hour traffic, and he's going less than half of the speed limit.
This
I
is just
have
his world, and we're living in it.
I have a toddler who I'm desperate not to fall asleep in the car, so he goes to sleep that evening. And this prick is playing a tambourine instead of driving. I just when he pulled out the tambourine out of the plastic bag, I thought, fucking hell, what the hell is this man all about? I just figure, like, people like that, do they work 9 to 5 jobs? Do they need to drive in rush hour traffic, or do they just go out and
Just do it.
do it on purpose?
What if you saw him again? Would you do something different?
Depends. Is Jack in the car?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do anything different.
What if he wasn't?
I would take us both off the road, and then I'd shove the tambourine up his arse sideways.
Officer, it's not my fault. Like, there's no laws against tambourining while driving.
Well, I think there probably is.
Probably.
But yeah, so that was Tambourine Man.
I like it.
Tim. Oh, hold on. Can you hear that?
Oh, hang on. There's a knock at the door.
Oh, I'll just play the jingle.
Good thing I don't have a dog. It's been going spare every week. Go get him.
Okay.
My name's Dominic Littlewood. Dominic Littlewood. Dominic Littlewood. Dominic Littlewood. Dominic Littlewood. Dominic 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 Littlewood. Little Dominic Littlewood. Little. I'm on the case.
It's me, Dom Littlewood.
Oh, hi, Dom. I didn't expect you.
I've snuck in through the door
Oh,
like some
Did you
sort
get-
of sneaky random rat.
did you get past Tim?
He didn't see me. He didn't smell
He
me.
didn't.
He didn't hear
Ah,
me.
Okay, good. But he is really excited to meet you, and he's not had a chance to yet.
It's all a part of the build-up.
So, Dom, we've like I said last week, we've had a few ideas of things to present to you to see if they're real or fake.
Sorry. Real or fake?
Thank you.
Real or fake?
Real or fake?
That's for the harmony.
Yes. So, Dom,
Yeah.
I can't find any of the things that I was meant to bring to you. So what I'm going to ask...
those direct messages were fake.
Okay, Dom. What about? Well, I would like to turn the mirror on you, Dom. Dom, it's very rare that we would get someone so famous to appear regularly on the pod. So, Dom, are you real or are you fake?
I'm as real as it gets.
And how do I know that?
You're gonna have to trust me. If you look into my little blue eyes,
Okay.
you'll see they're real.
Why have you got little blue eye? Why have you got one little blue eye, Dom?
My stomach is a washing machine.
Wouldn't that mean you fake? Because that means you Charles.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Charles. Dom.
I'm away. I'm
Bye.
back.
Let him.
I don't know what that was. I don't know whether it was knock door run or what. Something hit the door.
Man, you missed some crazy shit. Basically, Dom Littlewood was here. You missed him again, unfortunately.
Oh.
But he confessed to me that his chest is a washing machine.
Is he Charles Pescatrude?
Well, that's what I think.
Surely,
But
did he not have the voice?
No, he said he was Wheel. He said, I have to trust him, and if I look into his little blue eye, he can see that he's Wheel. But I don't know what to think anymore.
That's very existential of Dom.
It is, yeah.
We should keep an eye on that for next week.
It's Dom Littlewood bit gets weird at every single.
At some point, he's going to become like a Lovecraftian singularity.
Is he not already?
He's an eldritch being.
Yeah, and he is Wheel.
He's Wheel.
Tim, let's do some jokes.
Let's do some jokes.
Can you acapella the joke jingle, please?
Ha 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 ha. That's pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's the joke of the week.
That was better than the original, Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to keep that in. That's really good.
Great.
Tim, I don't have many, but I'm warning you. I think I might have gone quite dark with mine.
I wanted to go dark, then I was like, I can't read that one on the pod. Can't read that one on the pod. Can't read that one on the pod.
You should do that because I can just bleep them.
All right, fair enough. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
I have 6.
Maybe we'll get to half of mine.
Maybe you go first and you can save half of yours for next week.
Okay, cool. A priest, a minister, and a rabbit walk into a bar, and the rabbit says, I think I'm a typo.
Very good. I like that one. That was good.
Good.
Friends are like trees. They fall down if you hit them repeatedly with an axe.
Very true. A man goes to a doctor and says, I've got the worst symptoms. I've had what's new pussycat stuck in my head for weeks. And the doctor says, it sounds like you've got a case of Tom Jones syndrome. And the man says, is that common? And the doctor goes, it's not unusual.
I could see that a mile away.
Yeah.
Absolute mile away, Tim. So Tim,
Yep.
I was blessed with a 9-inch penis. That priest is in jail now.
Good.
Yeah.
Good classic inappropriate conduct joke.
Good. Yeah, cool.
We found out recently that Grandad's been taking Viagra. We're all surprised, but Grandma's been taking it the hardest.
Very good. Tim, if Michael Jackson were alive right now, what do you think he'd be doing?
I don't know.
Scratching at the lid of his coffin?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Probably it. Have a look. Let's pick one of these. Has your doctor spoken to you about the benefits of adding dried fruit to your diet? I'm just raising awareness.
Terrible. What do you call a cannibal that only eats coma patients?
Go on.
Vegetarian.
That was very close.
Okay, cool.
That's very close. Let's go for one of these. A lady goes to the doctor with a lettuce leaf stuck in her pants. The doctor says, "That's strange." And the lady says, "That's just the tip of the iceberg."
I like it. That was good. That was
Right?
really good. Yeah. I've got 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
A woman asked me to choke her in bed the other night. I didn't want to do it, but she was my grandma and she was suffering.
I hate that I laughed at that. That's the joke of the week.
I'm going to play your version of the jingle again.
Great. Ha 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 ha. That's pretty funny, to be fair. That joke was weak. I misread that as that's the joke of the week. Ha 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 ha.
So, Tim, can I put that in? Is that too dark?
I think it's fine.
Do you want to hear the last one I had?
Yeah, go. Are you desperate to get out?
Huh?
Are you desperate to get out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for it.
Do you want to hear the last thing my mum said to me before she kicked the bucket?
No, for fuck's sake.
Son, look how far I can kick this bucket.
It's like a cheat code.
It is. You'll never guess what the last joke on my list next week will be.
It's just a safety net.
It is, yeah. So joke of the week was a woman asked me to choke her in bed the other night. I didn't want to do it, but she was my grandma and she was suffering. I'm glad it caught you off guard. I like that you didn't really laugh the second time.
It's
because it shock value is what it is.
It's shock value. Yeah.
Tim.
Yeah.
We have Gaetano next.
Okay.
Do you have a Gaetano?
I can find one.
Cool.
You might need to do some trimming. Gaetano's cheese.
Trimming without the t.
Imin.
No, not the tra, just the t.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have
I ever told you about my friend?
Where is this going?
Well, you learn that. So my friend at university, one of my very, very best friends, you met Ryan a few times. The first thing, so my uni split us up into groups to do a project for the first week, and those were the people that I made the best friends with. And Ryan was part of that group.
Mm-hmm.
But the very first time that we met, we went, all right, let's go to this student union, let's grab a drink, we'll get to know each other, then we could do this project. And you know what it's like the first time you're in a group that you've never met anyone in it before. There's 10 or so people there, and we've all got a drink and we're sitting at the table. Conversation's really lightly flowing. Everything goes quiet, and Ryan looks across the room and he goes, so, who's licked bumhole before? and everyone was just looking at him. And Tim, this is a very visual joke, but Ryan, everyone was sat there with their drink like this, and Ryan just went,
just raised his hand.
Just raised his hand really slowly. And that was when I knew I thought, I'm going to like this guy.
Jesus Christ. I've found a Gaetano review. I'm going to show you the review first.
Okay.
Here you go. This is all the review says.
Let me read this. So the review says, CB, 1 star.
That's it.
CB is the name. They just gave 1 star.
So, this was 7 months ago. Gaetano has responded, "You're from Texas, as the majority of your 1-star reviews seem to prove. You've never been here. Worry about securing the border and not posting reviews. Does CB stand for cockbitch or cumbubbler? Either way seems fitting." The guy said nothing, and Gaetano still beheaded him
Roasted him.
over 2 letters.
I love him. I really love him. I might
It's
try and get
amazing.
in touch with him again.
See if we can get some questions answered.
See if we can get some goddamn answers.
Yeah. What else have we got to do this week?
That's it. Pub quiz question.
That's it. Pub quiz question. Sorry, I'm just writing down that we're watching Cats.
I hate you.
Right, pub quiz question of the week. I have lost it. There it is. How many goals did England score, excluding penalty shootouts, in the men's 2018 FIFA World Cup?
18?
12.
I was going to say 12, but I thought there was a 4-0 in there.
No.
Damn it.
Here it is.
Tim, any shout outs?
Yeah, let's get a Discord user of the week. Discord user of the week is Bean.
Bean. Oh, cool.
Hello, Bean.
Oh, I haven't spoken to Bean in ages.
Yeah. And
I'm going to shout out some Podpack people, the Review It Yourself podcast. As always, the lovely Dan from Casting Views.
Yeah. Our episode with him came out the other day.
It did. Yes. I get confused because it's like all over the place with recording, release, and timings.
Yeah.
Lovely Dan from Casting Views. Always shout out. Love the guy. What a legend. Play It Yourself. Good one. Good podcast. Very worth a listen. And Toast was our advert. He gets another shout out. Got a shout out last week. I'd also like to shout out Slade because he's a cool guy. Who's the other one I always shout out, Tim?
Forget about it.
Mr. Joshua Forget About It Scar.
Yeah.
I appeared on Talking Smack the other day. It was really good fun. Check that out if you want, but you should definitely check out Talking Smack anyway because it's a great podcast.
Am I right in thinking that Josh's productions on his podcast have got really short turnaround times?
I don't think he likes to do it like that, but I think it can be like that.
Like we've done it before, like because our Starstruck Vagabond episode was done in about 2 days, I think.
Not the quickest.
Not the quickest. We have done
Sonic
one.
was less than 24 hours.
Yeah, the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. We recorded, edited, and published the day it came out.
No, it came out. Our episode came out the day after.
Ah, that was it.
But mental, that is.
Yeah.
Mental. But yeah. Also just listen to Talking Smack.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'll say. Tim, anything you want to tell our lovely listeners?
Take that, you bastards.
Take that, you bastards. We'll see you in a week's time.
See you in a week. Bye.
Just so you know when we used to watch An Idiot Abroad,
Yeah.
and he used to go and pack Monster Munch in his suitcase.
Yeah.
That's a little bit what I'm like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you brought on a holiday with you that's like that then?
Nothing, but I'm not really like mad open on trying loads of new crazy dishes. So Chaka would disgust me.
See, I like trying a lot of new dishes.
I know you do. I don't know that it is a depression. I think it's just a fascination that he has. He wants to just be an inventor.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Although it does say in the first line of the synopsis, after a particularly harsh winter, Brian goes into a deep depression.
Okay. Ignore what I said. Let's rewind that. This will be in the post and the amble.
So